If you're waking up exhausted and never feeling fully rested, no matter how much you sleep, and you need a nap or caffeine in the afternoon to get through the rest of the day, and you want to feel fully rested so you can stop feeling behind constantly in your life, then this is for you. In this video, I'm going to explain the 3 imbalances in the body that are affecting your energy and sleep. Now, first, I want to tell you about one of my clients named Peter. He is a scientist. He's in his 70s. And even though he's retired, he's still working on science for climate change. And when we first started working together, he was taking sleeping pills at night. And then he was taking a stimulant in the morning to wake him up because he felt so groggy from the sleeping pills. He was waking up in the middle of the night every night and he needed a nap every day. And he didn't have energy. He had stopped exercising, even though he used to live a very active lifestyle. So, if this sounds like you, no matter what age you are, then you're in the right place. So, if you're needing coffee in the afternoon or a pastry or something like that because your body's craving quick energy, even though you know it's not good for you, maybe you aren't taking medication, maybe you're taking supplements to help with focus and energy, like lion's mane and the adaptogenic mushrooms. Maybe you're taking quick naps and trying to go to bed earlier and then taking supplements to try to sleep. And so all of those things aren't solving the problem, right? They're like band-aiding the problem. So what you actually need to do are just 3 things. So first of all, it could be your diet that's making you tired. And this is true even if you're eating healthy, if you're eating organic, you're eating lots of vegetables, all of those things, you're not eating a lot of processed foods. If you aren't getting the right balance of macronutrients, of fat, protein, and carbohydrates, then your blood sugar is going to be on a roller coaster, and that's going to affect your energy levels. So that can especially cause those afternoon crashes. So let's say you start your day with coffee and a pastry, or even a smoothie can spike some people's blood sugar, especially if there's not enough protein and fat in it. So then your blood sugar is going to spike really high, and then it's going to crash really low. And then you're going to go from feeling jittery to feeling tired. And then your body is going to crave caffeine, sugar, things like that to give you energy. Your body's also going to release cortisol, which will put energy into your cells. So then you will get energy, but then you're on that roller coaster all day and all night. So and then if you're eating a lunch that isn't balanced as well, then you're definitely going to have that crash, a couple hours after lunch in the afternoon. And then that roller coaster is going to continue into the night. And when your blood sugar drops too low at night, your body's going to release cortisol. It's going to wake you up. So this is a common cause of waking up in the middle of the night, anywhere from 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. can be from this blood sugar roller coaster. So what's really important is balancing your blood sugar and finding the right macronutrients, the right balance of fat, protein, and carbohydrates for your body. So all the supplements in the world for energy and focus and things like that aren't going to be enough to help if your diet is sabotaging you. And this was true for Peter. So one thing that his doctor missed was he actually had gotten to the point where he was heading toward insulin resistance. So blood sugar can eventually lead to insulin resistance and diabetes over time. And so he was heading in that direction. And one of the main symptoms of this is feeling super tired after eating. So that means your blood sugar was too low, and then that food helped raise it again, but it makes you exhausted because your body isn't able, like insulin doesn't help lower your blood sugar. So if that's happening to you, then that can be a sign that you're becoming insulin resistant, which is not what you want. Luckily, we can change that with diet, though, and other hacks and supplements if necessary. So this was an issue for Peter, and he was just amazed that it was something that his doctor, who he religiously goes to multiple times a year for every issue, he had totally missed this. So that made a huge difference for him. Now, the other thing that you want to look at are your minerals. So, we hear a lot about vitamins. We don't hear as much about minerals, except for magnesium. But minerals are important for every function in the body. And they can get out of balance really easily from stress. When your diet isn't healthy and you aren't, or sorry, when your gut isn't healthy and you aren't digesting food well, then you won't be able to absorb the minerals from food. And then they can just become depleted over time, and especially as we get older. Another reason is because our soils are deficient in minerals these days. And so, even if you're eating a lot of vegetables and eating organic and things like that, our soils don't have near the level of minerals that they used to even 10, 20, or more years ago. So, Peter's minerals were super depleted. And we, again, need these minerals to create energy in the body. So, this is definitely something that I'm looking for with all of my clients is looking at their mineral status. Depleted minerals and mineral imbalances also affect sleep. So, it's affecting not only your energy, but also your sleep, which luckily we can fix both of those things at the same time by looking at these three things that I'm talking about. Now, gut health is also a big part of having energy and being able to wake up rested and have energy throughout the day. So, pathogens in the gut are going to affect your sleep. So, especially if you're waking up at 3 or 4 a.m., this is likely why. And I'm talking about things like parasites and the bad bacteria overgrowth. There's a bacteria called H. pylori that I see in a lot of my clients. There's yeast called Candida, and all of those creatures are nocturnal. So it's the middle of the night that they're eating and excreting and releasing all these toxins, which causes all this inflammation. And then your body's going to release cortisol to deal with that inflammation because cortisol is an anti inflammatory hormone. But that's going to wake you up when that's happening in the middle of the night. Even if you aren't fully waking up, when I was struggling with sleep and many of my clients, we wake up around 3 or 4 and are awake for an hour or two because our bodies release that cortisol and it takes a while for the body to process it and get rid of it. And so it can cause you to be awake for a long period of time. But even if you're sleeping restlessly, maybe for you, you're still able to somewhat stay asleep or you're like in and out of sleep. That restless sleep can still be because your body's releasing cortisol, and that could have to do with the pathogens or blood sugar. And so it's still affecting the quality of your sleep. So even if you're getting the right amount of sleep, like at least 7 hours a night, if you aren't waking up feeling rested, then you're not getting great quality sleep. And so that can have to do with gut health as well. We also need to be digesting food well. Our immune system needs to be strong in the gut. We don't want inflammation in the gut. So, all of those things are going to affect your energy and your sleep. Now, so those are the three main things: your diet and blood sugar, having balanced minerals, and having a healthy gut are the three most important things for energy and sleep. There are also other things that I'm looking for that can affect these things as well. So, liver function and detox, your hormones. So, if your stress hormones are depleted, like cortisol, as we get older and we've had to deal with more stress in our life, cortisol can actually become depleted. And then the body has to resort to adrenaline when it's stressed. And then adrenaline and noradrenaline, or we call them epinephrine and norepinephrine now, they can become depleted too. So if you don't have a lot of energy, it's likely that those stress hormones are depleted as well. And so it's really important to be looking at everything in the body that's going on. And you can't just take a probiotic for gut health and just deal with pathogens for gut health when also hormones are out of balance and your minerals are out of balance and your diet isn't balanced. So it's really important to look at everything at the same time and really get your entire body back in balance, all the systems back in balance, and then you'll be able to have energy during the day and to sleep well and to wake up feeling rested. So when you get your body back in balance, that's what happened. Your entire body is back in balance, you're going to have better sleep and possibly not even need as much sleep because you're getting better quality sleep. And when you have more energy during the day, then you can be more productive. You can focus and concentrate. That brain fog goes away, right? So you can think clearly. And so that is what happens once you deal with all these imbalances in your body that are affecting your energy and your sleep. And so for Peter, this is true. This happened for him as well. Within a few months of working together and doing the testing and working on the imbalances in his body, he was sleeping so much better. So he was able to sleep through the night, or if he woke up, he would go back to sleep really quickly, whereas he used to have to eat something to be able to go back to sleep. He started exercising again. He lost 30 pounds without even trying. He wasn't trying to lose weight. And then, most importantly for him, his brain is functioning better and he feels more clear headed. So now he can focus on his life mission, which is helping people understand the science of what's really causing climate change. And so he's just good proof that you can get better at any age. Again, he's in his late 70s and was able to get off the sleeping pills, get off the stimulant in the morning, and sleep well naturally and have energy all day. All right. So if you are struggling to sleep, if you aren't sleeping well, if you're waking up feeling tired, if you don't have energy throughout the day, this is something that I can help you with. So in my one-on-one complete sleep solution program, I use functional lab testing and assessments to find the root causes, to find what's out of balance in your body that's affecting your sleep and energy and health. And then I help you get those things back in balance so that you optimize your health overall, and then you're able to sleep normally and have energy because a healthy body, that's what happens. We sleep well, we have energy during the day, we wake up feeling refreshed, and we're able to be productive and focus and really enjoy our lives. That's what we're meant to do. And it is inevitable that everyone can do this. And if you aren't, it just means that there are things getting in the way of that. And it's usually imbalances in the body, and there can be a mental aspect to not sleeping as well. So, really, the formula for great sleep is a healthy body and a calm mind. And once you have both of those things, then you're able to sleep well. So, if that's something you're interested in, the first step is to schedule a consultation. And this is free. It's so we can meet each other, so I can find out what's going on with your sleep and health. We'll talk about what you've tried so far. I'll explain why those things haven't worked because I'm sure you've tried a lot of different things. And then we'll talk about how the program works if you're interested and how it can help you achieve your sleep and health goals. So I will put the link for the consultation in the show notes, and I would love to help you with this and meet you soon. All right, everyone, I will talk to you next time.